when I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how it go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lie, some these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting walk. Got a big band, it's like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with a no, it's talking.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. From the gun, Jackson, flush to his right. This is Johnson. He's got him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And that play is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, here's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And the ball is knocked out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now Jackson on second down. This is Bell on the dump off. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun on third down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
19. 20. Where? 14. 12. Got it.
Right back to him on first down. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On second down, Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
Well, to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On second down, it's Bell. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56.
To throw is Jackson. From the gun, putting the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said they lead the points, start off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
Has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
14, run it.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Detroit!
A give to Bell. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And a little spin cycle, room to run now. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
He hits his running back, Jay Ajayi. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
4 down. Check 50, check 50.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Hey, alert 48. Hey, we go back to 48 right now. Let's go. 14. Tempo.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Patriot! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
The give is to Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. To throw is Jackson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Now Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. Oh, a nice spin. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Gotta go. Let's go, 14.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And fighting down inside the 25. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 43 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Come on, let's go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This time Wilson will throw. And that's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson to throw again. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Now he's flushed out left. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed coming up the middle. Gets him there for a loss of about 9. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jackson from the shotgun. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Here we go.
On the counter, here's Bell. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Jackson flush to his right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive game. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Back now in Seattle, Washington. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Ajayi. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
That is caught at the 7. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Eluding the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Watch him now, Barney. Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
Now Bell. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone.
Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Check. Patriot. Over. Detroit.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He may try and run for this. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They'll run it with Bell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Hold up.
Throwing now is Jackson. Flushed out right. And this one's incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Big kick right there to give him the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with a J. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now the try here for the point after. And oh, it's blocked. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he's is across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
The extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Jackson to throw. Now he's forced out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. One last shot for Jackson. Now he'll escape to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Seahawks, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Come here, sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the I got a girl, Brad. Yeah. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. Yeah. I go in back of the They all from that. Yeah. My diamonds, they all look at this, that. Yeah. I go to bet on bet. I got the beam on the flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't matter. I'm a K-back, 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they spamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the jungle, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, 10 o'clock, got a flight out. Yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce
Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best.